Hey, what's up guys? It's Coach Nate, and today we're down at Great Britain Top Team Gym in Morden, and I'm gonna be going through some of my favorite core exercises for combat athletes. So we're gonna look at about 5 or 6 different exercises that you can add to your training program if you are a combat athlete, whether that's Brazilian BJJ, whether that's mixed martial arts completely, whether that's boxing. So we'll have a look at a few different movements and how they'll benefit you. The first 3 we're gonna look at are all using a kettlebell. And the first one of my favorites, is called a Turkish get-up, which essentially means we're gonna start on the floor and we're gonna work our way up to standing with the kettlebell in hand. Okay, so I like to break this movement down. First off, we're gonna start on the ground with the kettlebell in one arm. Whichever arm the kettlebell is in, I'm gonna have that foot, that knee up with the foot grounded, other arm out to the side. First part of this movement, step 1, is an initial drive. So we're using the abdominals and kind of pushing through that elbow to push up. This arm stays nice and straight throughout. The next part, all I'm gonna do is push into the hand, stabilize myself. Okay, we're now going into a hip bridge. So I'm gonna drive the hips up, keeping that arm straight. And then the next step, I wanna sweep. Okay, so I'm sweeping that knee towards my hand, drive up. I want to straighten the body, core's tight, and then I'm driving up tall, okay? So that is the first part. I've got myself up, then I need to work my way back down again. So I'm gonna reverse the movement. Core tight, shoulder strong, knee down to the floor, rotate, okay? So I'm turning. I wanna get my hand down, leg comes through, hips stay high, bum comes down, to the elbow, and then the slower I go down, the better, okay? So if we really wanna focus on 2 key bits there for fighters, we wanna really drive up on the initial push. So if I'm here, I'm really trying to explode up off the ground, okay? Same when I'm on my way back down, I really wanna work on controlling it. So I'm not just dropping, okay? I wanna use my abdominals and control that movement all the way down to the ground. Okay, so the getting down is just as important as the getting up. I really like that because it assimilates similar positions that we'll use as a fighter from the floor, getting up, getting back down, and kind of controlling our body position throughout. The next exercise we're gonna take a look at is a plank. Okay, so a standard plank, but we're just gonna look at a pull through. So this is gonna challenge that kind of anti-rotation and bracing our core nice and tight. One of the key things on this is that when I'm pulling through and I'm taking one arm off the ground, I'm not twisting. So I'm trying to keep everything set parallel to the floor. So we're gonna set up in our plank position. Okay, one of the key things on here, when I'm down there, a little bit wider with the feet, which is gonna help stabilize. I want the kettlebell just to my outside. I'm gonna reach through, grab it, pick it up, put it down, okay? If I wanna make this harder, I go a little bit narrower with the feet. That's gonna make it more challenging to keep stable as I lift off, okay? Key things we don't want to happen. When I'm doing this, I don't wanna be twisting, okay? So I'm trying to keep my body straight, pull through, down. Same again, what I don't wanna do is lift up. So everything stays straight to the floor, core's tight, and pull through. Okay, what we can do on that one, again, to make it a little bit more specific to maybe some of the positions we'll have when we're in combat, we'll be doing it from a bear crawl position. So this time, instead of legs straight, I'm just coming into here, tight, pull through. Okay, I really want to tense, so I'm bracing and pulling through. Okay, so really good exercise there. Can feel everything working to make sure we're not twisting. Lots of anti-rotation going on. The next one we're gonna have a look at with the kettlebell is actually producing power. So looking at generating some power from the core, which will help translate over to punching and kicking. Okay, so a lot of you might have done normal kettlebell swings before. For this one, we're gonna look at a rotational swing, and we'll do it from a couple of angles. So similar to a normal swing, we're looking at that hip drive, but instead of just straight up down the middle, we're gonna get some rotation here. So I'm gonna come down the middle first, to the outside, and swing through. Okay, outside, swing through. So there's two options here. We can either do a full 180 turn, or we can do 90 degrees to begin with. So full 180 would be through to the outside and catch down the middle. If I go back the other way to the outside, swing and catch. To the outside, swing and catch. So one of the key things there is learning to decelerate it and control it as it comes through. We'll just do one more front on. So if I'm here to the outside, big swing and catch and catch, looking to slow it down. So important on there, make sure, start with a light weight, get good control on it before you go up heavier. We don't want to be hunched and rounded, so I'm always kind of setting the shoulders back and keeping my core nice and tight throughout. Okay, the next one we're going to look at, moving on from the kettlebell, is just some anti-rotation exercises. So for this one, you need a band, okay? Fairly standard exercise you might have seen before. All we're doing is grounding ourselves, so bending the knees, keeping chest up, pushing that band away from us, and then we're just trying to hold it, okay? So I'm trying not to let that pull me back in. If I want to progress that a little bit, I can just add in some small movements. So just stepping in and out. As I move in and out, I want my body to move together. So it's not legs and then pull across. It's trying to keep everything moving as one, okay? Another simple way we can progress that and make it a bit harder is going into a split stance. So one in front, one behind. So if I come down to here, my legs are going to be working now. Press it away. Again, just holding. One other thing we can do to progress, we can work on adding a little bit of movement. And we can work on up and down. One important thing on there, make sure that you are doing both sides and not just one side, okay? Because we work in the obliques, so we want to make sure whatever we do on one side, we do on the other side afterwards, okay? Thanks for watching those ones. We're going to have a look at a couple more with the landmine. So the next few exercises we're going to look at are with a landmine. Okay, so this is a landmine setup. You can see this one's quite cool. I've got an attachment which I can put into a weight plate, which just holds it to the ground. If you haven't got that, you can just put the barbell into the corner of a room, somewhere that's not going to slide away, basically. So we're going to have a look at 3 different movement patterns with this. The first one is focusing on kind of like an anti-rotation or anti-lateral flexion. We're going to start with fingers interlaced together, nice strong base with the feet. And I'm keeping my arms long. I'm trying to control the bar down. So I'm nice and slow, eccentric load, bang, driving back nice and quick. Okay, again, nice and slow. Let my body turn with it a little bit, all the way down, and drive it back, okay? So that's really good for working on that ability to control and build that strength through the kind of obliques where we're loading up. The next movement we're gonna look at is more about developing and building that explosive trunk and rotational power. So for this one, we're gonna go elbows bent, tucked in a bit more. And I'm gonna think of it more like I'm kind of throwing an uppercut, or I'm about to load and throw something from the ground up. So I'm gonna come into the hip, elbows bent. So I'm using my legs, my hips, and I'm trying to drive nice and fast. So again, it's about that explosive movement, this one. Pushing from the ground, driving from the legs, keeping the trunk tight. I'm not having the bar too far away from me either, so it's kind of just whipping it, bang, from here. And rotating through, all right? That one you can probably load up and go a little bit heavier than the last one, but it should still be about moving the bar quickly. It's not about being really slow with the movement. We want it to be fast and explosive. The last one we're going to look at is similar to the first, but we're going to integrate the legs a bit more. It's kind of a mixture between the first and the second. So for this one, we're actually going to start side on, and I'm bending that back knee down. I'm going to drive up, twist and rotate. Okay, so there you can kind of see I'm starting in a lunge pattern side on, driving from the legs, turning, stopping on the other side. So again, we've got a kind of acceleration component when I'm here and I'm driving, and a bit more of a deceleration to slow it down. Okay, you can play with that tempo-wise. So you could go really quick to the middle and really slow on the way down, or you could try and keep a fast tempo throughout, but make sure you're controlling the movement all the time. Okay, so that's 3 awesome core trunk exercises using the landmine. We're gonna look at one more with the barbell, and this one's great for combat athletes. It works our grip a little bit as well. So I'm gonna grip and grab the barbell in the middle. Okay, get a nice strong grip on it. And obviously the barbells want to topple up and down, so I'm trying to keep it steady. The barbell also wants to pull me down, so I'm going to keep myself up tall, try and keep my shoulders back. And from there I'm just going to go into some marches. So I'm just driving knee up, back down again. I'm trying to keep my right leg, my inside leg nice and strong and locked out, up, back down. Okay, so you can see it wants to pull me, so I'm trying to resist that kind of pulling to the side. One other one we can do with this if we've got space in the gym or where we're training is adding some walking in. So again, get a strong grip on it, chest up, shoulders back, a nice small movement with the feet. So the key is that I'm not moving too much side to side. Okay, so just to give you an idea, strong grip, make sure shoulders are back, tense that core, and the idea is we're not kind of wobbling too much on that one. So team, thank you guys for watching. We've been through a few of my favorite core exercises for combat athletes. If you're interested in learning more about the exercises, how you can integrate them into your training program, and you want to stay injury-free and become a little bit more powerful in the fighting arena, I'm going to be doing a workshop down at Great Britain Top Team Gym on Saturday, the 4th of March. For more information, head over to the website or go to the Instagram, and there'll be a link at the bottom in there in the bio. It's designed specifically for combat athletes, so whether you are a coach, a fighter yourself of some sort, or you're a parent that's interested in learning a bit more for your child who's working in the sport, make sure to come along. If you've got any questions, please reach out to myself or the gym, and we can give you any information that you need. Thanks for watching, team. Take it easy.